Welcome back to Jtwes, guys. We're at Roger's house, and we're starting this video at Roger's house. Where it ends up at, I don't know. It all depends on what this corn picker does. We're gonna hook it up to the tractor, Roger's tractor, his Ford tractor. We're gonna hook it up to his tractor and see, you know, what it might need, what we might have to do, if it's locked up, if it won't do nothing. I don't know, but let's go look at it real quick and I'll show you. Here it is. I think it's a corn picker that actually has the ability to shuck it also. I don't know a whole lot about it. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff here and a fan and whatnot. So I guess I just want to hook it up and see if it'll work. This board here looks like in somewhat of a shape here. I don't know. We just got to see what's going on with it. It all seems to be here. It all seems to be intact, so we just need to hook it up and see what's going on and see if it'll work. And that's what we're going to do here in a second. I guess we could I don't even know which way it goes. I was gonna see if I could move it. Now, we'll hook it up and see. It looks like I'm gonna have to get a bolt for this. And obviously before we do any type of major work with it, we'll have to grease it up. I don't know if that looks like that's kind of sealed up in there too. But maybe we can back the tractor up enough to just get it hooked up and see what's going on. But we got to get a spreader off of the Ford. And once we get that off, we'll back it up to that and see what it does. I think the fuel's on. Well, the elevator's not working. Let's see what drives it. I think it would be this. And do you have to put it in gear? Yes, you do. How's it go in gear? It's this clutch right here. And what makes it go in gear? I definitely would want it up as far as it could go, because those definitely don't need it down. But I don't think that puts it in gear. And I certainly ain't gonna stand there and put it in gear. So that somebody's probably watching a video right now saying it's right there. Ah, it is right there. Okay, so there's a string right here. I guess we pull that. So let's try this again, guys. Well, it looks like it's working. I mean, I just don't know what to expect, guys. I'm looking at this thing and I really don't know what, you know, if it works correctly. But it, Roger said something about he thought maybe the shucker wasn't working. I'm not too concerned with the shucker, if it works or not. I just wanted to get it off the stalk and get it into the trailer. So, having said that, I was just looking at this thing and where I could, the tongue, I don't know if it, I guess it hooks up here. Hopefully I got, my trailer could hook up there. I guess it's right here. I'm a little bit worried the top of my cage is going to hit that. I don't know if I have enough tongue for that because it is a tobacco harvester trailer, and if the tongue is yay long, I'm afraid it may hit right there. Of course, Sammy could just walk along behind it with a sack and let it fall in the sack, I guess. I don't know. Well, the tires is up on it. I was gonna see if that would have broke it loose a little bit. I need to work on this a little bit and see if I can get that to break loose. I don't know how much I got in this thing. Got one somewhere. We'll have to cut it off again. Okay, we got it 90% greased. I'm sure there's a fitting behind the shield here and there I need to grease. So this corn picker, and I'll tell you the name in a second. What is it, Roger?
New Idea.
So it's a New Ideal, I think XM or MX something. I seen the tag on the frame.
MX.
Yeah, it's a MX maybe, but what it does, and some of you guys out there may have seen it before, when that corn drops into here, those rollers, maybe not with 100% accuracy, but they try to shuck it, take the shuck off. Okay, Leno had to have a password. Where was I at, Sammy? Was I saying that it shucks it?
Mm-hmm.
And the rollers are working, they're fine, they're spinning. These little things right here, butterflies, whatever they are, they're spinning. Everything's spinning. There's an upper chain. It pulls those shucks, I'm assuming, through the rollers. And there's an upper chain that is on here, but there's a lower chain that is off. And Roger's got about half of it. So my thought was, I told Roger, I said, Roger, what if we cut these rollers off, which we can do by disengaging this gear right here. It'll cut these rollers off. So if we cut those rollers off, and let the corn and let these things right here just walk it down like a normal, well, I say a normal corn picker, but a corn picker that doesn't shuck it. In other words, take it from one that shucks it, one that don't shuck it. And hopefully these things right here, they'll still be engaged turning. Maybe they'll walk the corn down into the hopper, up the hopper, and into the trailer. Tell me what y'all think. if you think that'll work, I think we may try that. We got to unhook it tonight so we can hook up to Roger's bush hog. He's got some bush hogging to do. But other than that, everything seems to be running on it. Like I said, I just need to go over it again with the grease gun. I know there's probably grease up in the top of this thing and a grease in the bottom. I hadn't found that yet. I've found a 1.5 tubes worth, but I hadn't found all of it. So we'll see. Let me know if y'all think that'll work. If it don't, we'll have to try something else. Okay, we're back at the house, and been a day or two since the corn picker, but real quick for y'all. I'm not sure. I'd still like to know whether those cobs will go down those rollers without those rollers spinning, like if those fingers will push them down. But I got something else in mind too. We may end up next week, me and the boys may end up going out through there like we're pulling the biker and pull corn and put in the trailer. But sweet potatoes, need to get some sweet potatoes up. Got to get them up. I took the electric fence down, guys, about, I don't know, what, 8 days ago, Sammy? Probably 8-9 days ago. And y'all gonna laugh when I get out here. My sweet potatoes have been organically bush hogged. I mean, literally, if you don't believe me, go back and look at a couple of my last videos when I checked on the sweet potatoes. I walked out in there, and you can see the vegetation on it. So when we get out here, we're gonna bush hog some stems. We're not gonna bush hog no plants, we're gonna bush hog stems. We'll get the stems bush hog, we'll get the potato plow hooked up. I want to put a set of discs on the front of this tractor here and run them just about, no, not quite center of the back tire, but maybe to the inside of the back tire just a little bit. We're going to run them straight down, and they're going to cut some vines, cut as I use the potato plow. We'll show it to y'all in a minute. But let's go out here and bush hog the stems that y'all get a good laugh at. All right. Guys, this is my potato plow. I've tried different stuff over the years. I've tried one bottom plows and stuff like that. Those sweet potatoes on a kind of a slant. I don't know if you noticed that from the bush hog, because the bush hog kept on wanting to go downhill. So what we'll do is we'll slide this thing all the way uphill, and then we'll either come back down the hill and do the second row, because we'll only do 2 rows at a time, and then I have to move them out of the way to do the other 2. But we'll get that. I was going to show you something here. The last time I used the 122 disc, don't do like I did. Clean these things out as soon as they stop up. I didn't. And I got quite the mess here. To be totally honest with you guys, I'd forgot about it. All right, we're going to get these discs put on, but before I put them on, guys, I want to mention again, Camel City Mills socks. Yes, I love them. I wear them. Here's a white pair. Here's a black pair, and they just came out with a green pair. These are up to your calf. These are boot cut. Guys, it's the only sock I wear, and I know, you know, there's other YouTube channels that push them. You know, Mike at Outdoors Morgan pushes them hard, but, you know, for my folks, maybe you hadn't watched this channel, and, you know, great channel, but I truly believe in them too. So Jtwes 10 at checkout, Camel City Mills. There's a link in the description of the video. Always is, every video. If you hadn't got any, and if you guys out there that have, put a comment of what you think about them. But Camel City Mills socks, 10% off, Jtwes 10. What I'm trying to do here is just make some cutters. I don't want to run it too close to the plant. I think that'll be fine right there. Just something that when I let that front end down, it'll cut those vines is all I'm looking for. You're gonna do it to me anyway. What in the world? And of course, now it's too short to get on there. Yeah, those things will pop back out on you guys a lot of times if you don't have that nut tightened up. I was watching Farmall Fanatics video from Rantoul, Illinois, and he showed a 140. And of all the things that the 140 will do, out there in Rantoul, Illinois, it had a belly mower on it. And I thought, man, of all things that tractor can do, you brought one with a belly mower. Oh, Lordy. Just doesn't seem like it does the tractor any justice, you know, especially with the cultivating it'll do and the 1-point stuff. And you would think they'd have had one there with a fast hitch, and they may have. He may have just not showed it. Okay, let's get out here and dig some potatoes. Well, there's one thing that's a little bit aggravating, and that is the tractor sliding down the hill. You do all you can, and that's why we shoved that thing up the hill, because I knew it was going to go down the hill. So what we're going to have to do, me and Sammy's going to have to put those potatoes over there, and then these potatoes really over there, so we can plow these 2 rows. I can't plow these 2 until I get that done. So we're going, let's look at them a little bit. I noticed a lot of them flipping and turning for sure. There's one got hit, but it should heal up. We're going to put these in here. Good looking potatoes. When I was coming through there, it sure was. I mean, look at that bunch there. That's all off one stalk. I mean, they just keep a coming. That one's solid. But his buddy beside him was rotted, but I think he's okay. Yeah, he's good and solid. Big old boogers, look at there. All right, that one's a little bit rotted. I would say that was probably from the rain we had, all the rain, all the water. So it's probably good that we're getting them up. There's one that's got a little bit of rot on it. It's okay. And this is up here, a little bit of a harder section of soil too. There's a biggie. Don't see many down there. That one was so deep I cut it off. Yeah, there's another big one that's got some rot in it. I guess my little mowing machines that mowed the leaves off will eat on those tomorrow or tonight. Some of these things must have been close to the top of the ground. They got an eye on it. I just assume they all, every one of them be like that right there. And I'm sure we'll have a lot of those, but I just assume every one of them be like that. Even if it didn't give me 3, but 3 or 4 per stalk, I'd like that. There's a nice one. He must have been close to the top of the ground. Well, one thing's for sure, it's more potatoes than I'll ever eat. And I certainly hope somebody comes to plow day that wants to can some sweet potatoes. There's your ticket right there. Can all them you want. All right, three rolls of sweet potatoes. I still got that outside row right there I haven't done. I may see if we can find a home for that. Don't laugh at the tobacco trailer too much. This is all temporary wood, but it was just to get the sweet potatoes on there. Just some plywood and a couple of boards up under the plywood. But I have to have the harvester trailer right there to for corn. Yeah, that one right there. I put some of the big ones in the back on this pallet. And when I say big, I mean big. Okay, so that's gonna make a video for today. Thank y'all guys for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget your Camel City Meals socks. We enjoyed it. We'll have some of these sweet potatoes plow day, I'm sure. So you guys bring you some Walmart bags. I'm just kidding. I'll have some Walmart bags for you. But we still got one more row. I got to see. I'm gonna call an uncle of mine and see if he wants me to leave them in the ground for a little bit and then plow them up, you know, when he's ready to get them, and see if he wants that row. I have more sweet potatoes now than I'll ever know what to do with. So, but anyway, y'all have a good week, a good day. God bless you. God loves you. We'll see you.